What is up, fam? Hope this message finds you all well and great spirits. Well, I have been losing sleep. How am I? This average Joe, this small channel, not 1 million subscribers, not rich. How am I going to afford this $300,000 Mustang Supercar GTD they just came out with? I have a few ideas. Ramen noodles, saltines. All jokes aside, just wanted to talk to you off the cuff, about before even getting approved by Ford, if I can even get approved to get this vehicle. How the heck am I going to get a $300,000 Mustang GTD they just came out with? And we're talking about all the things that go into it, and is it even possible for someone like me? I'll talk about my kind of plan, and then we'll see from there. But just to talk candidly with you, we started with the Mustang EcoBoost, and that at the time, just to be completely honest, was a lot of money for me. This was back in 2016, 7 years ago now, when I bought the Mustang EcoBoost, and I needed transportation, that was good on gas, but I love the new shape of the S550, and I said, hey, I really like this car, and I want to get the S550, but I unfortunately couldn't afford the GT at the time. My insurance, whatever, was in my late 20s at the time, and whatever. Fast forward to when the GT came out, Black Mamba. That seemed expensive, right? That was $50,000 some dollars, and by the grace of God, we started the YouTube channel aggressively, switched it to StangMode, and we were able to do some great things with that build and that idea of the underdog, the S550. Black Mamba was really a great car, just even stock, and we were besting and just destroying a lot of people that we raced with that car. And then the GT500 came out, and, for me, I really had to put all my eggs in a basket. That was my first ever Shelby, $100,000 Mustang, and it seemed like it was a dream. And that happened in 2020, and we were able to get it. I thought to myself, okay, this is probably the pinnacle of Mustang, was to get a Shelby GT500, and we're just going to enjoy doing builds and talking about Mustang news. I don't know if there's going to be a greater vehicle from Ford, non-Shelby, that we're going to get. And the whole world just turned upside down for me, because this Mustang GTD has now come out, and I'm wondering, a few things come to mind. Is this something that I should pursue? Because my channel has kind of been stagnant and stuck for a while, as far as subscriber growth is concerned. And I'd like it to grow, because that's how, obviously, you grow, you get more views, and you're able to pay more bills, all that kind of stuff. I actually don't make much money on YouTube. My majority of my money comes from the giveaways that we do. YouTube is just more or less a platform for marketing the giveaways, as well as just having a great old time with our builds and Mustang news. It doesn't really substantially bring home the bacon per se. But that, by no means does the giveaways mean I'm a millionaire. I think some of the things people forget with the giveaways, we still gotta pay for the car. We have staff, the overhead of the merchandise, but I'm not here to cry poor. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I'm not a rich YouTuber. I saw people already that were there. You see these million-plus subscriber YouTubers who have supercars already, and that's kind of the demographic that they're going for. That can afford that kind of vehicle, because Ford has allowed the Mustang to go from, your economy EcoBoost now to this $300,000 GTD. So the question is a guy like me going to be able to afford that, where $100,000 was the most expensive vehicle that and that was difficult to afford, but we were able to do it, right? So how do I do that? $300,000 is a house, and a few things come to mind. Normally, this wasn't now my profession. I would say, hey, I'll just watch it on YouTube and enjoy from a distance. But then I thought, and I read your comments on the video, was a lot of people said, well, I'll live through you and we'll enjoy it. And I'm thinking, you know, if I'm able to get approved, I'm able to buy it, I wouldn't be like the normal Jay Leno, you know, Shmee, whoever rich and famous Stradman can get it. You know, I'd be still going to Ford Nationals, Mustang Week, Cars and Coffee, the events in the community, and people can really get a feel for that car. Just to critique the car, is it the fastest? Absolutely not. Is it a Shelby? It's not. Will it hold its value? I don't know. Again, is it the last ICE Mustang from Ford that's supercharged, that's track? I have no idea, because we still have the other variants coming out in the Cobra, the GT500 that we know are coming, the middle of the road, not middle of the road, but between the GTD and the Dark Horse. So all these things are swirling around in my head, and I'm actually just talking candidly to you, the audience and my supporters and subscribers, on like, what do you think I should do? Because I would love to have the car and make content with it, but it's going to cost. It's gonna be some sacrifice having to be made. I have to look at the assets I have, and what the assets I have are actual Mustangs, right? We have Mustangs that we could sell. We have the let me just go straight here. We have the Black Mamba, right? That car is a little bit like not basically paid off, and you know, I could sell that, and then I have a pretty substantial down payment to start for that. I think I could sell it for $60,000, $50,000, $60,000, because it is a fully built, you know, drag car. But then that comes to the mind is like, you know, the emotions involved with getting rid of that car. But then I think, hey, I don't want to sell it to anybody. Should I do a giveaway with it? So at least all of my subscribers have a chance to actually have a piece of that kind of channel history, if you will. Because at the end of the day, too, the builds have to bring back revenue as far as the channel is concerned. Mamba's going on 18, like, you know, that's 5-6 years old now, and there's been, and the community is amazing. There's been so many 2018 or S550 drag builds already that are just fantastic, that are fast, that are beautiful. And it's, not that I'm beating a dead horse, but like, I can't keep reinventing the wheel. You know, we were the first to get it, but, you know, people have taken that platform to a whole new level. And I look at Black Mamba, I look at it with love and nostalgia, but it's not really going to bring in and I've seen it, it hasn't bring in back the generating the views it used to. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. That's the machine, right? Just like, you know, I'm a big fan of wrestling. Like, there are arcs and storylines, and there are arcs and characters, and then you have to replenish that. And when Mamba was going down, we had this whole Hulk saga, and that concluded. You know, the car sold this year, and you know, now I'm sitting here, and we're waiting for a 24 Mustang GT. That's still coming, but I'm sitting here, and my world is kind of turned upside down. Like, what do I do to afford this? So Mamba potentially would be on that either giveaway or sell block, and his 350 would also be on that sell block. So right there, if you sell those two cars, you're talking about having a third of the way there. But you still have $200,000 to go. It's expensive, but it is not that it's undoable. I mean, we made fun, like, hey, ramen noodles, but that might be the route we have to go. I might have to just, you know, take away. And the reason is not just to get a $300,000 Mustang. It's almost like, okay, obviously Mr. Beast is the biggest YouTuber, but he always talks about reinvesting back into his channel, right? So this would be something that I would get for the channel so that I could share that experience and be the average Joe who gets something like that car and take that journey with you. But you know, it all remains to be seen. There's so many ways to do it. Other way around it is I have to really work hard at the content and grow the channel, and make good content, and that's my challenge, to get a generational Mustang like this. And you know, we talked about it. It's not going to be the fastest as far as the drag strip is concerned. We know how to do that, obviously, with the twin turbo Mustang GT or T400 swap or something like that. It's been done. This is about doing and being part of automotive history, because Ford has never made something like this in terms of it being a Mustang. And to be on, I don't want to use the word destiny, I want to use the word to be in the right position with the hard work that was done is amazing. And this conversation is a moot point if Ford says no to my application, because, you know, and I'll do a whole story on that. I haven't even gone that route yet. But it would be a sacrifice. It would be sacrificing the Mustangs on the channel. It would be eating ramen noodles. It would be having, like, you know, saltines for how many, you know, year and a half or 2 years it takes to get here. But if you're interested in that, I'll pursue it. If you guys want to see the GTD on the channel and, you know, that living experience, what it would be like, see it in person, because we will go to the Mustang events. We'll be there to share it. It won't be in some glass, you know, case, as you have seen with all my Mustangs. We do race them. We do, dare I say, mod them. And I would. But then again, it's a risk. It is a risk. That's a lot of money. A lot. And it would be a challenge. But I also look at other people in the same rivers. Like, for example, like one of the biggest channels, which I really enjoy what they do, and Daily Driven Exotics. I know that they do supercars, but they had to get to that level. You know, one of them was a Starbucks barista. One of them, you know, took a second mortgage out to get a supercar and then to live that journey. Now, am I dealing in Lambos and Ferraris? No. But this will be something unique, and this will be an opportunity to be part of that automotive history, especially with all this EV crap. This is the pinnacle, and it's refreshing to see what Ford is doing, and, you know, I just applaud them and for what they're due. They definitely laid down a challenge for someone like myself to be able to afford that. But, you know, the idea is sell what we have, save what we can, work really hard at the channel, try to get a heck of a down payment up. You're gonna have to finance a majority of it, but, you know, you're gonna have to get about $150,000 up of cash, and then finance the rest if you're approved. So, you know, I'm just talking candidly. Like, let me know what you think, what your ideas are. Would you like to see it on the channel? I'll work hard and try to bring it to you. And we've gone through the segments of EcoBoost, GT, GT500, and now we have this GTD. It's limited production. It's going to be interesting to try to get it. You know, I don't know all of the, what can you say? I don't know all of the workarounds on how to do it all, but we're going to try, and we're going to do that. Like I said, just being honest with you guys, I don't know what the move is. I just think it would be sacrifices would have to be made. That's all I could say. But that being said, I'm excited, and I have energy for this, to try it. I think it's really cool. I think, you know, to have this come from Ford to be an actual supercar Mustang. I know people are like, it's not a supercar. Hey, to me, it's a supercar. I mean, you're telling me that I can get a Mustang from Ford that's going to compete with, you know, Europeans' best supercar or sports cars. Yeah, I'm in. Like, I would like to have that chance. You know, it reminds me of something. I went to there was this car club up here in the Northeast, and I didn't go back, but they have, everybody there is, you know, super whatever, Lambos, Ferraris, you name it, Porsches. And I pulled up with Hulk, and they made me park in the way back. No, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I understand the food chain as far as supercars are concerned, but I would just love to, like, be like, hey, let me show you what a real supercar is.